I got something cool to take a look at today, guys. We'll take a look at this little RC car right after this. Be prepared for an immersive exercise experience with the new YESOUL G1M Plus stationary fitness bike. Featuring a 21.5-inch 1080p screen and 360 sound, the YESOUL fitness bike is a perfect training companion. Just connect the YESOUL fitness smartphone app to the bike and select from a wide variety of workout videos ranging from beginners to advanced. Or if you just want to unwind and take a relaxing bike ride, you can choose from an amazing selection of scenic bike rides, or you can cast your favorite YouTube videos and Netflix series to the screen. Get in shape today with the YESOUL fitness bike. For more information, including my channel exclusive $100 off coupon, see the link in the description and pinned comment below. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Well, today I'm going to be taking a look at this new little RC race car that Temu was kind enough to send out to me. This is the Phantom Pro. Now, if you're interested in this car, be sure to check the video description for a link to the car and to download the Temu app and get a use my special coupon code. You can get a $100 coupon bundle. So be sure to check that out if you're interested in this car. It's around $120 just for a existing user, though there may be some discounts. You can get it for less if you're a first-time user of the Temu app. So this is 1/16 scale. It is brushless, and it really seems to be well built, and I think it's going to be pretty quick. We are going to put the Cyclus GPS reader on there and get some top speeds in the video today. So just briefly, you can see here it says that it is the Phantom Pro. There's several different color schemes. There's 4 different ones, and I'll hold it up here a little closer. Hopefully it focuses in, but if not, the blue and orange is the one, of course, I have today, and they are the Pro version, so the brushless version. GB is 7006, I believe, is the actual model number for this RC car. And if you look on the side of the box here, there's a lot of, if I can hold it up here and get it into view, a lot of nice features. Metal dog bones, metal differential, of course a brushless motor, full ball bearings, and it has one of the neatest features is angel eyes. It has these really cool LEDs and you can change the patterns using the remote to actually control those, and we'll show those to you in the video today. So that's pretty cool. Now they also included in here some LED lights that are extra add-on that I'll show you here in just a moment as well. So they also give you some plastic wheels. These are slicks that you could use for drifting. So I'm not going to test that out in the video today. I'm just going to do some speed runs using the provided rubber tires. You get a balance plug USB charger, real standard. I would suggest that you get a good hobby grade for charging the battery quicker and to a better, truer charge. You get a 4-way wheel wrench in here, and they give you some body clips and some more of these little rubber straps. They have these little rubber straps that attach to the body clips. This is really neat because that means if you have a wreck or you flip it, the body clip's not going to fly off. It's going to stay on this and it can stretch. So these are going to keep you from losing body clips when you're out in the field. You get your typical pistol grip style controller, but there are some interesting, unique things about this aside from your steering trim and steering dual rates. You have a servo reversing, which is pretty common, your on and off switch. But on the side here, you've got a channel 3. This is going to let you control those angel eyes. Now the LED lights I'm going to show you that they included as a little bonus add-on. Those are not going to be able to control. They're just always on red. But the angel eyes that are here in the front, that's going to let you control the patterns of that. And then you have a little toggle switch, low, medium, and high. And it's lows all the way here, medium here, in the middle, and all the way to this side over here is high speed, which will obviously test those out when we're out in the field. So that's kind of cool if someone younger wants to drive this, and you can just put it at a lower speed and they're not likely to crash it or break it as easily. I also want to briefly show you the instruction manual because it not only is the diagrams and everything in here just really good, it just has a really good explanation of building the car. It's more than just a generic exploded view. And it has pretty good instructions here at the beginning, just telling you how to use the controller and how to connect the battery and charge the battery, all that good stuff. But really nice instruction manual for this RC car. So we're just going to take off the body. Of course, I already have the clips off, and there you can see the car. the purple brushless motor, and a lithium ion pack. So what I want to do is I'm going to flip it around here, just get a little closer view so you're not trying to look to this really far away from the main camera. Alright, so this is a little bit of closer view here, and now you can see there's that lithium ion pack. It's a 2S pack that you just use that provided charger with if you don't have a hobby grade one. And let's take it out here just real quick because I don't remember the capacity on it. It's probably going to be around 1500 or 1200. We'll see what it is here. I have a lot of these packs like this around here. I got to get this unplugged one moment. Okay, got that unplugged. Let's just get the battery out of here. And this is a 1300 milliamps, so in between 12 and 1500, 2S lithium ion. Nice thing about the lithium ions is they're not as sensitive to storage voltage, and you can leave them charged longer without ruining them. So that's why a lot of them use these, though they don't quite have the punch of a light bulb, but it's going to be very, very close. And here is that purple brushless motor. I don't think they tell the kV. If I'm able to find it, I will put that up here. You're using a Dean's plug, which is nice, so easy to charge. It has a 3-wire steering servo, so that means if this would go bad, you can replace it with a mini servo, and it's not one of those generic 5 wires. And over here we have our ESC receiver combo. Pretty common on these cars that they combine them. I don't know the amps on this. Again, I don't know if they tell us the amps. I couldn't find it anywhere, but it may be hidden somewhere. And there's your power button right there. And you can see it has this purple aluminum reinforced support running down the middle here. And that is pretty cool because that's going to help provide stability for the entire car. And then you have your drivetrain running right down the middle, because this is an all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive car, which I don't think I've mentioned that yet. And then you can see it's got that reinforcement there running down here on the bottom of the chassis of the car. This car doesn't quite fit on my little stand. It has to kind of go diagonally a little bit. And then it has those angel eyes up here in the front. And those are running up here to this like little distribution block, I guess you could call it, where they have the different plugs powering off the receiver to run the LEDs, because there's also brake lights in the rear, or red lights in the rear. I don't know if they actually come on with the brakes. But what they included was these LED strip lights. They're adhesive. You can put them on the inside of the body. Make sure you do pull the film off the body, and I don't like the way they put the film on before they put the plastic pieces, so it's hard to get the film completely removed. But as you can see, it's really shiny and glossy right now. But you can put those on the inside here of the car body if you want. I decided to put them onto the chassis. Then they run up here, and what they give you is they give you this little bitty, it's actually 4 plugs, you only need 3. And they give you an extra wire too, and you run that wire down and you plug it into that one open spot here in the middle. Is right here on in this little distribution block, and then you run it to this, and then you run the 2 wires out of here, are each LED strips. So the LED strips plug in here, and then another wire goes over to here to plug in. No instructions, but if you've done any of this stuff, you could figure it out. So this is the one extra little piece that's in the bag along with the LED strips. I mounted it up here with a zip tie, and then organized this with a zip tie. But this is not exactly, this is actually just a loose piece in the bag. You can mount it wherever. You could use some adhesive, however it's extremely light. But this is how I mounted it. So these will just light up red, and they're solid red all the time. You cannot control the brightness or any patterns with the controller for the LEDs. That's just going to be for those angel eyes that's in the front of the car. So I think this is going to be a pretty cool RC car. I like the different color schemes. The build quality looks good to me, and it's rather lightweight. And I think it's going to be pretty quick, even though we are on 2S. So we will know that when we get out in the field and actually do a top speed test. And as I mentioned just a moment ago, this is all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive, so that is pretty cool as well. I didn't mention that initially. And they give you also in there in that bag, these shocks are just friction shocks. There's no oil in here. But that's not that important on an on-road car. I mean, it does help, don't get me wrong. But there are some spacers in here. I didn't mention that a moment ago. So you could stiffen the shocks up a little more. I think there's none on there now, but you could stiffen the shocks up a little bit with the provided spacers that they give you. And there's also, like at the bumper on the rear here, can take some damage, or some collisions I should say, hopefully no damage. So it can provide some dampening, though I don't see anything like that on the front bumper. But there is this foam block, which is very common and very, it's not unusual on these RC cars like this. These are on-road ones, have this foam block to just help with the collision and impact, and just provide some extra dampening on this. Overall, a pretty cool looking RC car. So let's get on this car outside, get a top speed on this, see what kind of speed we get on 2S, just drive it around and see how it performs. So I'll be right back. All right, before we get the car out here onto the parking lot and do a top speed test and see how this car performs, I did want to show you guys those angel eye lights and LEDs on the front. So I forgot to do that during the table review, so I want to show you that now. So I kind of got the car here in the back where we got it in within the shade. You can see this is the initial pattern. We got the circular red and it goes around the actual white LEDs. There should be some rear lights, and there's the rear lights, the rear LEDs that are always on. And to change these, you're just going to press that channel 3 button on the controller. So if we press that, you can see now they're solid. We're going to press it again. And now the white LEDs in the center are out. I want to be kind of quick with this because this car will turn itself off after a while. Now we have just the white LEDs. We press it again, and it's a different kind of breathing pattern. And again, and eventually the lights will go out all the way, and I think that's what we got there. I mean, now we can go back to the original. We'll just leave it on that original pattern, which is pretty cool. And there's those red LEDs that were an extra bonus gift with this, which I installed inside on the chassis. So you can see that right there. And on the other side. Now this is not going to show up well during the day. We got to do this in the evening. So in this video, that's the best we're going to see the LEDs. I might make a follow-up video to let you guys see what the angel eyes and the LEDs I installed on the sides that came along with this, what it looks like during like the evening or nighttime. But for the most part, those angel eyes are the coolest feature of the LED lights, and you can see them here, and you can see how those would look during the evening. Now, I had the Cyc Plus GPS reader installed underneath here and powered on. So I'm just gonna get that out here at the car, and we'll see what kind of top speed we get for the car here and the highest rate on 2S. So I'm gonna get the camera switched to my head cam, and we'll see how this car performs. So I'll be right back. All right, let's get out here and see what kind of top speed we get. We have it in the highest rate. I'll show you the lower, middle, and low rate here after we do a top speed. So let's get out here and just see how this performs. Now, I don't have it trimmed up yet, so it may pull a bit, but let's just see what kind of top speed we get. That's pretty quick. Let's just turn it around here. Nice. It's pulling a little bit, I think, to the a little bit to the left, I think. Let's try it again. Maybe no, that's going to the right now. There's quite a bit of wind, guys, too, so if there's a lot of wind noise in the mic, I apologize. Kind of facing into the wind right now. Let's just bring it over here and do a run right here. Yeah, it's pulling to the left a little bit. Let's just give it a little bitty bit of trim. Whoa, it peeled out. Got to ease into it. That's not bad at all on 2S. I'm thinking that might be around 30. $25 to 30 is going to be my guess. Let's bring it down here, and we'll have to get the body off, and we'll see what kind of speed we get. That moves along pretty good. So let me get it over here, and we'll get the body off, and we'll see what kind of top speed we did get. All right, guys, I was pretty close. We got 27.4 miles per hour. I guessed about 30, so I was off by about 2.6 miles per hour. I'll try to remember to put a kilometers per hour conversion up here. If you are anywhere else in the world besides the United States, and obviously we're backwards here, so using the old imperial system. All right, that's pretty cool. Let's get the car back out here and just do some driving around here and show you those other rates before we end this video. So I'll be right back. All right, let's just take it out here and test those other rates just to see what kind of a reduction in speed we get when we drop to the medium and the low rates. Those angel eyes look really cool. I don't know how well those are going to show up in my head cam today. The one thinking about this, I probably will try to do a follow-up video for this where I will show what the hard slicks look like so you guys can see how does it drift on like a slick, because this pavement wouldn't be good for that, like inside my garage or someplace where you can find a slick concrete. And also when there's lower light, you can see the LEDs better than during the day. It's kind of hard to do a single video to show off those lights and everything today in one video. So let's go, of course that's the highest speed we were just in. And it does look like when I turn, let's move that around here. It looks like maybe those red lights flash when you turn. Yeah. So when I give it right input, you get a right turn signal, and the left, you get a left. Let's see, does it do it in the front? I don't think there's really, the angel eyes don't. Yeah, they do. The angel eyes do flash. So let me hold that up here so you guys can see. I hadn't caught that before. Hopefully it shows up in the head cam. There's a right and a left turn signal, just like in the rear. Hopefully you guys are able to see that. If not, let me flip it around here so you can see it in the rear lights. They didn't show up in the, eyes can see it, but who knows if the head cam's actually seeing that or not. All right, so let's go to the medium or middle rate. And that's top speed. That's still not too bad. That's the medium rate. Let's compare that to the highest rate. You can definitely see a difference in speed. I'm kind of just peeling out here, and even though we're on rubber tires, it still does it. So let's go back to that medium rate. This would be a good cruising rate for like putting up cones or doing an obstacle course, because when you're on the highest rate, you're gonna have to ease into it. It's gonna really peel out on concrete. And now let's go to the lowest rate. This would be like for a kid. That's highest speed and lowest rate. That's not bad. That'd be good for someone just getting into the hobby that maybe doesn't have the skills down for driving yet. So that's the lowest rate. This is not a bad little on-road all-wheel drive race car at all for $120. Go back up to the middle rate. Still got to ease into it a little bit on the middle rate so it doesn't, the wheels don't break loose. But if we go into the high rate, like I'm going to switch to now, if you give it full throttle, it took off it may have better traction there, because there's times where if I do it, and it could be losing a little bit of punch too on the battery. That's doing pretty good. Oh, hit something on the paving. Now obviously if you give it any kind of steering, it's gonna immediately, you're gonna spin out. But if you just give it throttle without any steering, it wasn't too bad. It'll depend on the surface, of course. I was able to give it a brake there. It's got, let's test out the electric braking. We're gonna brake, not bad. And the car maintains its control. It doesn't like, it didn't get all squirrely on me. Let's try it again. Highest speed brake. Oh, that brake's really good. That's what you want, to be able to maintain your control. Let's brake it. Nice. It does. Some cars will get all squirrely as you brake. It's keeping its composure. The tires are pretty grippy. Because I like the highest rate here on this pavement. We've got plenty of room out here. If school was in session, which it's going to be here in about 2 weeks, then we would have cars to worry about here, parked vehicles and stuff. So if you got an area where it's not as open as this, you probably would have to aim for maybe the middle rate or something that is going to be a little easier to maintain and control. You don't want to run into something with this. Yeah. And there's a low center of gravity. I don't have to worry about giving it a really sharp steer and have to worry about rolling or tumbling over like a high center of gravity vehicle might do. Well, you expect that it needs to have good control. Whoa! It looks like it's trimmed up pretty good. And I'm doing a lot of that too. I'm not losing control because of anything more than I'm turning really sharp and flipping it around like that, because it's kind of fun. Let's just kind of give it a slower steer. Yeah, it is. The wheels break loose a bit, and that's kind of how you drift. Of course, on the plastic hard tires, it's going to do better. Let's just kind of do a larger turn with full speed, and it's, yeah! Not too bad considering we're going full speed there, kind of ease into it. Oh, we're into the grass. I don't know if it's going to make it out. Probably not. This is an on-road car. You can't expect this thing to be able to go in the grass. It's going to get buried. It's trying to go. Enough forward and reverse, we might be able to make it out, but we kind of did, but this lip on the concrete here is just too high. Again, this is not made for off-road. This is an on-road vehicle. All right, guys, I think that should wrap up this initial review of the Phantom Pro. If you're interested in this, again, you can pick this up from Temu for, I think it was $119, plus whatever tax that there is. I'm pretty sure the shipping was free. I have to double check on that. But yeah, and Temu's been pretty good to me. I mean, when I bought stuff, I buy quite a bit from them. Here to the United States, usually about 10 days. If it's from China, now some of the sellers sell with the United States, and those even come quicker. And they've been really good, so I've been pretty happy with Temu. So again, if you're interested in this, check the video description for that coupon and the bundle, and also a link to this car. So if you're new to the channel, guys, please consider subscribing so you can catch up more videos like this and tech stuff and whatever I do. And while you're at it, you know, click that bell. That way you'll be notified when I upload new videos. And as always, guys, have a great day.
The power of the dark side.